Hello and welcome to this week's Pandey Politics. With the elections announced in Tamil Nadu and other few states, we have with us CEO of Chanakya and senior journalist of Tamil Nadu, Mr. Rangraj Pandey himself. Vanakkam and welcome again, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Sir, they've announced the election 23rd April, and most importantly, the NDA seat sharing has been finalized as we are talking. Your initial thoughts on the 27 seats that BJP has secured, and 18, I think, for PMK and 11 for AMMK. So, your initial.
First DMK and its ally, and most of the media from Tamil Nadu were criticizing the NDA alliance that NDA alliance is not at all determined in Tamil Nadu. Their boss is in Delhi, so it is not for Tamil Nadu. So that the election is Tamil Nadu versus Delhi. That's where they were telling. The NDA alliance put full stop for all these gossips and criticisms. The alliance pact signed in AIDMK head office. Mr. Piyush Goyal, Central Minister and Prabhari and representative of the BJP from Delhi, he went to the ADMK office and they signed in. And the BJP got more seats than 2021 assembly election, the previous assembly election. And Mr. TTV Dinagaran, who was once upon a time Deputy General Secretary of ADMK, and where the rift started between Mr. TTV and Mr. EPS, and who floated his own party, Amma Makkal Munneta Kalagam. After almost 8 to 9 years, he also went back to the ADMK office. So they were all so amicable, and Patali Makkal Katchi, junior doctor, Mr. Ex-Minister, Central Minister, Mr. Anbumani, he also was present there, and all the other alliance parties like Parivender of SRM group, their India Jannayak Katchi, IJK, and Mr. John Pandey, all the leaders other than Mr. G.K. Vasan, ex-Central Minister. Everybody were there, and they were very cordial. They signed the numbers. As Mr. TTV Dinagaran said, they got 99% of what they asked. So that is where the situation is. It is not that they are unhappy, they have to compromise, they have to give up something. It is not that. All the alliance parties are happy. I think it's a very good move. They made it in a single day. When we are talking about this topic, even now, we are aware that in Puducherry, this India alliance is not signed their alliance. Both the parties from DMK as well as Congress, they have filed their nominations, and now they say that we will come to a solution after the when you can get back the nominations are. And I think now when we are talking, the DMK is contesting in 14 seats, and Congress is going to contest in 16 seats, and other parties like communist parties and Vidudhai Chiruthaiyal Katchi, all the party will be accommodated. I am surprised how they will be accommodated, because already the nomination is closed. So I don't know how they are going to accommodate. So in other side, the India alliance is in chaos and confusion, whereas India got signed and they are moving to the next level.
Sir, is it 27 in Lotus or 27 plus other parties in Lotus, which will bring down? So currently it is 178 AIADMK at this point with just the three parties. So
a lot more things has to be. We are waiting for that. Probably tonight, even before this interview published, I think the final numbers of each other party, the parties left with also will be signed, I think. That is what Mr. Edappadi Palaniswamy said. He said that tonight itself we will finalize everything. So most probably Lotus may contest more than 27, and Two Leaves also may contest more than 165. So the IJK party and Dr. John Pandian and Dr. Krishnasamy and a lot others, including Mr. G.K. Vasan, they may prefer to contest in Two Leaf. Few may prefer to contest in Lotus. So that has to be finalized. But 27, according to my little inputs, 27 they are going to contest from their own party, BJP.
Perfect, sir. Perfect. What happened to Mr. Vasan? Because he's one of the alliance partners who's been very, very amicable with NDA, with the BJP right from day one. So, was this not foreseen, or is it just a normal political and alliance party discussion?
TMC, that is two TMCs are there in India. One that's Trinamool Congress in West Bengal. Tamil Manla Congress in Tamil Nadu. So this TMC Supremo, ex-minister, ex-central minister, Mr. G.K. Vasan is a very good friend of Narendra Modi ji, and he is having very good alliance with every other alliance partners, and he was a catalyst for ADMK BJP alliance, and also so his stature, his maturity level, everything is well known to everyone. But the problem is he is seeking at least 9 to 10 seats for his own party and want to contest on his own symbol. Unfortunately, in 2024 parliament election, the TMC was the worst performed party. They lost all the 3 seats as well as, and they secured very poor numbers of vote. If at all, people used to say, if at all in those seats also either BJP or ADMK could have contested, the vote share might be increased. So that's what the situation. He's a thorough gentleman without a great parliamentarian, without any doubt. But we have to think about the position, the strength, the ground reality of the party. So they are in a position to contest either in a lotus symbol of BJP or a two-leaf symbol of ADMK. That's what the situation is, and they may given around 6 to 7 seats. That is what I was told. We have to wait for the developments. I think Mr. Vasan will not go anywhere. Even though if he is not happy, if he is not satisfied, he will stay with the ND Alliance. That is what my input says.
Like how the communists are saying, and VCK might stay with DMK.
Obviously, communists will never go. By now, the Marxist communists also might have signed the agreement with the DMK. They were limited with 5. Last election, they contested 6. This election, they are going to contest only on 5. The same case, the DMK is instructing and insisting VCK to contest only on 5. Previously, in 2021 assembly election, they contested on 6. They want to limit VCK into 5. They are rebelling and they are fighting. Of course, the time when we are talking, the VCK's separate discussion, top parent body meeting is going on. So we have to find out what the outcome is. But according to my knowledge, as TMC, Tamil Nadu Congress will not go out of NDA. The same way, VCK and Marxist Communist Party also will be retained in India Alliance.
Sir, I have a general question to you, sir. If at all the AIADMK and the BJP alliance has not been sealed in, prior to 1 year itself, will not all the communist parties and BCK have an option? Was it a too early decision from AIADMK? From BJP, I can understand. It's
It was
smart.
ADMK's brilliant move,
Mhm.
which came forward to ally with the BJP. You might be aware in 2024 it was ADMK which was reluctant to ally with the BJP, even though BJP was willing in 2024. Then the obvious loser was ADMK in 2024 because BJP anyhow they formed the government, so they are in the power in central now. If at all BJP ADMK alliance was made out in 2024,
They would
the
have got
Tamil Nadu
convinced.
India alliance, including ADMK, might have get at least 15 parliament seats. That will result to at least 90 assembly seats. So just left with 20 or 25 seats to capture the power in Tamil Nadu, that might have increased the confidence of ADMK. So ADMK Supremo, Mr. Edapadi Palaniswamy understood it very well. So he came forward to ally with BJP. That is why the dust will completely settled and they are completely in jail. You might have witnessed the ADMK BJP alliance packed in 2025 April. So there is no rift in between the complete 1 year. There is no misunderstanding. There is no rift. The ADMK leaders are going to Delhi. BJP leaders are coming to Chennai. Everything was very smooth. Mr. Amit Shah came here. Mr. Prime Minister Modi came here. And Piyush Goyal is frequently visiting here. So everything was so smooth and cordial. Whereas India Alliance were claiming that they are intact for last 20 years, right from 2014 and all. They were telling that right from 2004 after 4 year alliance. So everything was there. But recently we saw a huge rift between Congress and DMK, and even now we are witnessing the difference between Marxist Communist and DMK as well as VCK and DMK. So the yearly alliance, which was decided by DMK, ADMK, and BJP, was the wiser one, so that they are getting the benefits.
So you think even if the alliance has not been sealed earlier, probably the communist parties or VCK might have used the option just as how Congress explored TVK and increased their
Even
nothing.
BJP, even NDA alliance in their current position, current formation, the ADMK and the BJP is not tied up. The Communist Party won't come to ADMK.
Mhm.
They might have explored Mr. Vijay of TVK. They
Mm.
won't explore this one. You might be aware till the Congress Party signed pact with DMK, all the other alliance, they were fighting, they were shouting, they were challenging the DMK that we will not settle in the less numbers, we will ask the larger numbers than the previous election. Once the Congress seat was signed and sealed, all the other parties were left with no other options. They cannot go to NDA, and there is no meaning in going with the TVK. That's what the situation. So even if at all BJP and ADMK was not sealed the alliance, the Communist Party or VCK will not won't have explored the ADMK. Instead, they might have explored TVK.
Sir, again, coming to the 27 seats of BJP, do you think it is proportional to the growth of BJP, or is it a politically and strategically correct move for elections?
It is an appropriate seat, I will say, because every individual party may claim that we can contest in these much seats, we can ask for these much seats. You might be aware, a previous 2021 election, the Mr. TTV Dinaran of Amma Makkal Munnetra Kazhagam was not with AIDMK alliance, so they contested almost 160 seats. So Amma Makkal Munnetra Kazhagam contested against AIDMK. That was one among the reasons of the fall and the defeat of ADMK. So previously they fought in 160 election and 160 seats. This election they are fighting in 11 seats. So it is an understanding the reality, understanding between the parties. So I think the 27 to BJP is appropriate, not less, not more. I think it is appropriate. Now they have to work on the strike rate. PMK got 18, Mr. TTV got 11, and BJP got 27. It is not about 27 or 18 or 11. It is about how many MLAs they are going to have, how many seats they are going to win. If at all the strike rate is highly higher than the previous one and as close as the seats allotted, then obviously in the next election they will have the line share. So it is not about how many seats in India Alliance in 2021. Both the communist parties allotted 6 seats each, but they won only on 2 seats each. So their strike rate is less than 30, around 30%. So that it was so easy for DMK to reduce their seat into 5. So now the NDA alliance has to focus on how much the seats they can win. The strike rate has to be increased. That is what they have to focus on. I think the 27 and 18 and 11 is appropriate
But
for
the
all three parties.
perception of having 11%, definitely it's not going to be 11%, right? Because they're contesting in few seats. So do you think it will be a setback to the BJP growth in Tamil Nadu from a perception point of view? Reality may be different.
The 11% which they secured in 2024 is not their own 11%. The alliance partners have complemented them. We have to understand. And BJP also complemented the alliance parties. So when you are contesting in an alliance, you cannot claim that this much vote is mine. We can come to an understanding. It's a mutual understanding that we used to say that these much seats Congress contested. So these votes are Congress vote. It is not there. It is not their own vote. Only when a party contesting an election on their own without any alliance, only then we can count that this is their vote share. Now BJP's vote share is inclusive of the same alliance. The same case will happen in 2026 also. They may secure more than 11% also. We cannot understand that they will not secure 11. They can secure more than 11%. But whether they are securing 11% or 15% or 10%, it will be a combo of all the partners. It will not be, we cannot treat that it is their own vote share.
Thanks, sir. Thanks for the clarification, because generally people think the percentage of votes that you get for your symbol is the percentage that you get. So, absolutely,
That's how they project, but that's not the fact.
That's correct. Coming to since you mentioned people who contest on their own symbol alone, I want to bring in Mr. Seeman of Nam Tamil Party. Sir, Seeman has been growing very steadily in Tamil Nadu, and he's been sought, or he's been looked at the option for people who don't want both the Dravidian parties. He's been the third space for quite some time, but I see a sudden surge in his popularity and the projection of Nam Tamizhar Katchi in many, even in mainstream media, TV debates. Is this a categorical move to split the anti-DMK votes that might otherwise come to ADMK?
Which vote Mr. Seeman will get of NTK is a subjective point. I see NTK vote is unique. Neither they disturb ADMK nor they challenge DMK. They are getting their own new generation, so-called Gen Z vote. So he is creating a new pattern for their ideology, not fan following like Mr. Vijay of TVK or any other party. He is pushing his ideology that Tamil first, that other parties criticizing them as Tamil Savanism. But his point is very clear that in Tamil Nadu, if I don't project Tamil, where we can do that. So he is getting momentum for that. That is why he is growing very gradually, not any leap jumps, but very gradually growing. He was in 1.5, then 3, then 5. Now it's almost 7.5%, almost 35 lakh vote they have secured in 2024 election. So all this growth is because of his ideology and his oratory skills. So that is how he creating a new vote base. So I don't think he will disturb neither the parties, neither the Dravidian parties, neither DMK nor ADMK. He is creating a new set of votes. Whereas Mr. Vijay of TVK will disturb DMK mostly, to some extent ADMK also. But NTK, and you might be aware, Mr. Vijay disturbed NTK vote also. Mr. Seeman's vote was the first. Seeman was the first loser after NTK's after TVK's emerged. But brilliantly, as he repeatedly calls himself that I don't need any Prashant Kishore, I have my own knowledge, I have my own strategies. Very brilliantly, he moved the coins and changed the system towards him once again. So I think in this election, he will not lose any vote. He will retain his base.
So, but in 2021, it was never called a three-cornered fight or four-cornered fight or anything like that. But now the stage is very clearly set as four-cornered, rather than the actual contestants being DMK and ADMK, as you have rightly mentioned in many places. But this projection of a four-cornered fight, is it not giving an advantage to divide the anti-incumbency votes of DMK?
Why you limit yourself into four corner contest? Why don't you call it a 5-corner contest? Mr. Ramadas, Dr. Ramadas and Mrs. Sasikala is also in alliance. So
But
why don't you
I
call
don't see them in the perception battle.
Yeah, so it's all about the perception. That's it. That is the game. So you call it 5-corner contest or 4-corner election. The reality is between A and B. That's it. So the reality is between 1 and 2. There might be 4-5 persons, 4-5 numbers, but they are in the 4th position or 5th position or even 3rd position. So the fight is obviously will be between the 1 and 2, and we are aware that in Tamil Nadu, ADMK is the largest party ever. They have the great numbers of cadres, voters. The more they ruled Tamil Nadu than any other party, most of the time, and they had a highest MLAs. Every other parameters you can see, ADMK is the number 1 party. Nevertheless, DMK is the number 2 party, challenged ADMK always, and close to their vote share. They are not far behind. So it is between ADMK and DMK. That is what the election, even in 2026. Of course, TVK, Mr. Vijay, and NTK, Mr. Seeman, and Dr. Ramadas, all other people can claim that we will contest, we will challenge. The fight is between us and DMK. all this they can project, and of course they have to project. Then in that way only then their cadres will be happy, and they will enthusiastically they will fight. But the real fight is between ADMK and DMK only.
So there was a lot of criticism on Mr. Edapadi Palaniswamy's visit to Delhi, but I just want to pick one thing which was spoken very widely. Mr. EPS has emphasized the moves against DMK ministers. Are there any chances of anyone getting arrested or some, actions against the corrupt ministers? Because we've seen reports from ED on, few of the DMK ministers. Can we foresee any such moves prior to elections, sir?
I don't foresee any such move, because I am not aware of what will the court decide. You have to understand, it is not about the any agency. They can arrest anyone, but the court has to remand. Only the court will decide whether this gentleman has to be in jail or a bail. You cannot expect that just because Mr. Edapadi Palaniswamy, the leader of opposition in Tamil Nadu, recommended the action against DMK current ministers or ex-ministers, immediately they have to be arrested. That is not going to happen. That is not going. That won't work in that way. So the legal course will take its own time. Only when you have concrete evidence and many other cases, that cases will be proceeded, and only if the court is convinced, you can expect an arrest. It's not that it's the election season, so can we expect some arrest? And that sort of drama will not help. And in some cases, these sort of arrests in 11th hour in the eve of the election may go against us. So the DMK may try to create some sympathy towards that arrested person. So I don't think whether they are arresting anyone or not, that will be purely a legal procedure. I strongly believe that cannot be a political drama in this juncture.
My last question for this week, sir. As we are speaking, PM Modi has stated that we should be prepared for a COVID-like situation, considering the developments in, in the West Asia war situation. So, do you think this is a preparedness? This is a way of preparing people, or do you think there is a slight, sluggishness or problem in the way we should have been prepared in this kind of a situation? So, your thoughts?
As I listened to Honorable Prime Minister's speech, I don't think he called for a preparation to face a COVID-like situation. As what I learned, he said, we have overcome the COVID situation also. So we will overcome this also. That is what my understanding is. It is not preparing for one more COVID, because the Corona COVID period was challenging of survival, challenging of life. Who will survive, who will not, that itself was a question of life or death. Now that is not the case. There is a scarcity of fuel as well as the gas and all, and entire world is suffering. Entire world is facing difficult time. Comparatively, as we are here in India and especially in down south in Tamil Nadu, we can say that we are facing the situation with firm and clarity and with no fear, because only the commercial fuels are disturbed. Of course, there is a shortage without any doubt, but domestic and individuals vehicles, whether it's a car or bike, two-wheeler or three-wheeler, or domestic gas, nothing disturbed for even a single day or single minute. So everything is going smoothly. That is what the Prime Minister's assurance was. Of course, there is a shortage in importing all these things, and we are handling it very carefully. There is a disruption in commercial fuels, and we are very keen on that. This should not reach the common man. This should not affect every individual. So the government of India is trying to match the situation, face the situation in all aspects. Of course, as far as I learned, the domestic production of the fuel is increased from the private sectors as well as the government sectors, and importing exploring the imports from other countries and other routes. That's also even it's a challenge. We are exploring that too. So I strongly believe that the government will face the situation upright and they solve the problem. Of course, it is not in our hand. It is between some other countries, and we were victimized in this situation. I strongly believe we will overcome. By then, hardly within 10 to 15 days, I think the war between Iran and other countries will be settled down. That will come to an end. I strongly believe hardly 10 or 15 days. So it's a tough period only for 2 weeks, hardly. By then, either we come with a solution, or the war will be come to an end. That's what my strong feeling is. That's what I get from my daily sources.
Perfect, sir. Thanks for taking time and talking. It's a pleasure as always. We'll meet in yet another episode of Pandey Politics soon.
My pleasure, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.